Hey, it's Jeff Walker, and this week's question is, can you turn your passion into a profitable online business? So I got this question from Jake. Sorry, I cut and pasted. I don't have your last name here, Jake, but it says, this came in the blog recently, and Jake said, Jeff, thanks again for your inspiration. A bit about me. I'm a professional building contractor. Started down that path in 1978, so Jake's been a contractor for a long time. I do mostly high-end custom carpentry projects and cabinets. My passions are sailing and off-road motorcycle riding, both of which I'm very good at. I recently read your book and loved it. And if you don't have my book yet, go get it. I'll put a link below this video. We're over 100,000 copies sold, almost 1,000 reviews on Amazon, 4.6 stars. So yeah, go get my book. It's awesome. In any case, Jake went on to say, my question with these passions, which again is sailing and off-road motorcycle racing, plus he's a very good contractor, it sounds like. With these passions, how can I transition them into a product? I'm a decent writer, good at doing videos. How do I get a product going? How many people would want to read or see on video some dude passionate about sailing or dirt bikes? And how many people are interested in learning how to sail online? It really can't be done. It'd be like you teaching people how to mountain bike. Thank you so much for your contributions to the people of the world. So Jake, there's a couple different ways I'm going to answer this. First, I'm going to go a little more tactical, and then I'm going to go a little bigger picture. And so, unbeknownst to just about anyone, I've never talked about this publicly, not that it's some big scandal or anything, but I was passionate about sailing when I was younger, when I was a teenager. I had access to a laser. For those of you who are sailors, it's a small boat. So I always sailed small boats in a Hobie Cat, old school Hobie 16. So I was really passionate. It's one of the things I can't do here in Colorado. Colorado's not a great state for sailing. It's good for a lot of things. So I don't get to do much sailing, but I was very, very passionate about it when I was younger. And so when I was learning to sail, of course, we didn't have the internet back then, but I just happened to have this book, Sail Power. And this is a prized possession. This is one of the books that I've owned longer than any other book. I mean, I've got hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of books. And this is one of the books that I've owned for the longest. I haven't looked in a very long time, but Sail Power, the complete guide to sails and sail handling. And so when I learned to sail, I spent a lot of time out in that boat, just getting, beat around by the wind and trying to figure things out. But I also studied this book. I studied sail theory. I studied sail shape. I studied the points of the sail. And I learned a ton. I would go out and sail for a couple hours, come back in and read the theory and read about how to sail. And this is how I learned through this book. And it was so impactful for me that here I am 30 years later, and I still own the book. So the point is, if you can learn sailing from a book, you can learn it from an online course. You can learn it from a video. You could even learn it from an email. You could learn it from a PDF. So this is a huge limiting belief that you've got, Jake, that no one will want to learn sailing online. It's just ridiculous. Same thing with dirt biking, because you know what? I have studied mountain biking technique online. I've watched those videos. Oh, another thing too, if you go type how to sail on YouTube, the top videos have 200,000 views. And the videos really aren't even all that good. I went and checked them out. So I haven't studied this market, if the teaching people to sail is a great market or not. But this idea that people aren't going to learn it online is just a limiting belief. And in fact, if you look, like one of my clients, Will Hamilton, he teaches tennis online. And when he started out, he's like everyone, like his parents, I think his parents, but a lot of people told him no one wants to learn tennis online. Well, he's built a really good business that does hundreds of thousands of dollars. Susan Garrett teaches dog training online. So if you can go to YouTube and do a search and you see videos about how to, whatever your passion is, and there are videos on YouTube that are getting views, then people are searching and learning online. If you can go to Amazon and see that there are books on your subject about how to do it, well, if there's a book, that will certainly translate into an online course, an online training. So, so that's sort of the tactical thing. Yes, it's going to work. I mean, really, I haven't studied those markets, but I think sailing would probably be a pretty good market. I think riding dirt bikes could probably be a pretty good market. And frankly, contracting and high-end carpentry and cabinet building could be a really good market too. So Jake, you're blessed to have knowledge in 3 different areas that could definitely go for you. And now the bigger picture lesson, and this is for everyone, is that so many people are like, they have this idea that my business is different, or my topic is different, or my subject is different. But the reality is that usually they're not. I mean, it's sort of like, when I have a case study, that I publish a case study where a guy had this great business about teaching people how to play guitar. And then I would have someone come up and say, yeah, but Jeff, my business is different. I don't teach, there's guitar, I get that. You can teach guitar, but I teach people piano. And no one's going to go for that online. Well, I mean, how blind is that? I mean, people actually think that way. And we all think that way. We all get stuck in that kind of thinking at times. But the reality is it's very, very unlikely that your business is different. So you can look laterally and see other people having success and study how they're having success. And it's probably going to translate pretty well into your business or your passion or your subject. So go, as I mentioned earlier, I'll put a link down below this video. Go check out my book. You can get it at Amazon. It's got a lot of happy readers, and that's what I've got this week. Go, if you're watching this anywhere else besides my blog at jeffwalker.com, head on over there. That's where all the goodies are. That's where all the action is. Scroll down, leave a comment for me. Give me a share on social. Give me a share on Twitter. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's go get them this week.